I'm starting a bill to ban autograph collecting. So far, I have 15,000 signatures. Thanks for stopping by my YouTube channel today for Comic Book Editions Volume 150. This anniversary edition video today will feature an NFT reveal. I'm also going to unbox this SWAU autograph mystery box. I have a key Mar-Vel Silver Age comic book that I never thought I'd own to share with you in today's video. We're going to talk about the Flash movie and more. It's all coming up today, and I'm so happy that you're here for it. Before I begin, I do want to wish a very special happy birthday to two friends that you've heard me talk about on my channel throughout the years, Brian and Michael. They are twin brothers and both are comic book collectors. I've had so much fun hunting with them and just being friends with them, and we've been friends for decades. And I hope that both of you are having a special day today. Neither one of them is on social media, and they might not ever even see this video, but I want them to know that I'm thinking of them today and hope that their day is fantastic as they are. Today's video has literally been months in the making because as we do our NFT reveal right now, it goes back to April. This past April, DC Comics offered Sensation Comics Volume 1, Number 1 as an NFT for the very first time. I'm not the biggest NFT fan in the world. I sort of get and understand the concept, but I'm really not that interested. So you might say, then why did you buy an NFT? And this isn't the first NFT I bought. I purchased the other previous Wonder Woman NFTs. But this will probably be my last NFT purchase, which I'll tell you about in a moment. I bought it for simply the investment purposes of it. Who knows if these NFTs will ever end up really taking off, and potentially it could be a good investment. If not, at least it's on a character that is my passion, and I have that. So when they offered Sensation Comics Volume 1, Number 1, which is Wonder Woman's second appearance, her first cover appearance back in April, I snatched it up. Most of DC's NFTs sell out instantly, and this one certainly fell into that category too. So it's my understanding that when you look at your NFT, the more pristine the cover looks, the rarer it is. At least that's the way I understand it. So it's been minted for months now. And it's time for me to do the reveal and see what I got. Here we go. I got an uncommon. Not surprised. The rarities are assigned at random, but I still have one. That would be considered a 2.0 in their grading. So I wish this was a real book. If this was a real printed book, I would be jumping up and down even at this condition to have this in my possession. But that is my NFT reveal today. Most of mine have been, I don't think I have any, I think out of my NFT collection, which includes some free ones that they've offered, I only think I have one rare one. I think they have it like in 3 levels, like super rare, rare, and then common. I think I have one like in the middle section, and the rest, everything else are just commons like this one. It's okay though. I mentioned that this will probably be my last NFT purchase, and let me tell you why. Just today, DC offered Future State Wonder Woman as an NFT. And I was all interested. I'm like, yeah, I'm probably going to get it since I have all of the other Wonder Woman NFTs. But then I saw something. To be able to purchase that, you had to purchase a previous Flash NFT. You couldn't purchase the Wonder Woman one if you haven't purchased the Flash NFT. And I said, nope. I mean, the publishers are always trying to find new gimmicks to try to get us to buy the same book over again. And this time they're doing it with an NFT. And I'm just putting my foot down and saying unacceptable. I would have bought the Wonder Woman if it was available just to buy alone, but you're forcing me to buy another NFT that I don't want just to buy this one. Forget it. And since I'm not going to have all of the Wonder Woman NFTs now, I might as well just stop. So more than likely, this is going to be my final NFT. You play those games with me, at some point, like other collectors, they say it's too much. I would have been happy to give them my money in the purchase of another book, even a current book. They don't want to do that. So That's where I sit with that. Not a big fan of those little gimmicks in those games. Wouldn't have done that, probably would have bought it today. It is what it is, and I'm okay. I don't feel FOMO on this. Sometimes you hear me talk about feeling the FOMO. Today, I don't feel the FOMO. So there is probably my final NFT reveal. I also was buying NFTs because I thought it could be good content for the channel too. But if I want to save $10 every couple months, I'm good with it. Speaking of Wonder Woman, issue number 800 came out today. I haven't made it to my LCS yet to pick up my copy, or I should say copies because of all of the multiple covers. But I am looking forward to reading it. I'm kind of sad in a way because it's the final Michael Conrad, Becky Cloonan story for Wonder Woman. It wraps up, their arc of stories as writers, as Tom King will be taking over the title. And I've really enjoyed Cloonan and Conrad. So there is a Midtown exclusive for Wonder Woman number 800 that came out today too. There's two different covers. There's a color, and then there is a black and gold version of the same cover. As fate would have it, one of my friends here in town actually is going to New York City this week and was planning on going to Midtown Comics anyway. So I just said, would you mind picking that up for me? So that should be getting taken care of for me maybe tomorrow. I'm excited about that. If for some reason they can't get it for me, I'll order it up. I'm not too concerned about it selling out. Also with Wonder Woman 800, it's the reveal of Wonder Woman's daughter, Trinity. And I saw some posts that say, okay, here's the spoiler. We know Trinity is her superhero name, but we know what the character's actual name is. Click here if you want to see. Oh, I didn't want to see that. I try to stay away from spoilers and stuff. And then, of course, as I'm scrolling this past weekend through my news feed, there's someone that just has the entire name spoiled for me right in the image with no forewarning that it was coming. So boo to you if you're the type of person that does that, because I didn't want to know. I would have enjoyed it more to be surprised as I turned the page and read it myself. I'll be showing some of the Wonder Woman variant covers for issue 800 coming up. Also, as I mentioned last week on my comic book editions video, I think it was, I got a foil cover from the Comic Mint for issue number 799 that was a Philly Comic Con exclusive. And that I'll be showing on a future video as well. So I'm excited for both of those things. While I'm talking about the future of my channel right now, I also should tell you that next week we're going to do a spectacular Spider Haul video. This is going to be part 7 and my final planned part. I've been doing these one a month since December, and we're finally hitting the final part. So that video will wrap up my videos for the month of June. Then in July, I'm told, I think another AOK from my friend in Brazil, Andre. I think he sent me something else. He's just been chugging the stuff out to me. So I'll be sharing that coming up next month. And I want to do something soon on my channel called the Dazzler Experiment. So be watching for that. Of course, if you're not subscribed to my channel, now's a perfect time to do so. Clicking the subscribe button is a great way to show support. Sharing the channel in this video with someone that you think might enjoy it is another great way to show support. My goal is to hit the 1K in subscribers, and I appreciate your support and help as I try to make my way there. Up next, this goes back to April in a sense as well. SWAU is Star Wars Autograph Universe. And they are a really cool company that specializes in autographs, pretty much pop culture superheroes type stuff. They have done mystery boxes in the past. I think they just started doing them this year. But they made an announcement towards the end of April that they were going to do their first ever superhero mystery box. And my ears kind of perked up at that. And then I saw that the box was going on sale on my birthday. And I said, that's a sign. That's a sign. I have to get that. I also had a gift card to SWAU to use. You might remember SWAU is the company that I got my they had an exclusive Wonder Woman Gal Gadot photo cover. I got that. It was graded by CBCS 9.8 and signed by Gal. That's the same company that I purchased that from, which that cover was an exclusive for them. You might remember that from a previous comic book editions video. But anyway, having a gift card with this going on sale on my birthday, I just kept thinking, I think that this is a sign that I should get one. Now, I've done a little bit of looking on the internet, and I haven't seen a lot of unboxings for this mystery box, which, like I said, went on sale in April, sold out right away, as their stuff usually does, their mystery boxes do. And then, so I've had this since like very early May. And I haven't seen a lot of unboxing videos. I've only watched one, and I'm not sure where the author of that video, where his source comes from. He said he had seen some other people doing some unboxings, and for the most part, they've been picking up Clark Gregg autographs and Anson Mount autographs. And those are considered some of the lower tier ones. And I thought, even if it ends up being one of those two, I'm still good with it because I would enjoy that. What I like about this mystery box, superhero theme, which means that it's going to be the character, or it's going to be the actor or actress in that superhero character in the photo. So believe it or not, in this one box is just one 8x10 picture. It's a pretty big box for one 8x10 picture, so it definitely should be protected. And I haven't heard of anyone else saying that their stuff wasn't protected. SWAU has a very good reputation for taking care of the fans. Now, it could be one of their key signers. And there's a lot of people that it could be. It could be Natalie Portman, Robert Downey Jr. They have all of the Chris's, Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth, Chris Pratt. They have Gal Gadot, Tom Hiddleston, Oscar Isaac, Catherine Hahn, Tatiana, who played She-Hulk. Those are all some of the highly sought after signers that could be in this box, but it could be a lower tiered one too. In a few moments, we're going to find out exactly who I got. I'm so excited about finally getting to unbox this and see what I have. So I will say, if it ends up being Gal Gadot, I will just think that it is absolutely meant to be mine. I mean, I already have Gal's signature, so it's okay if it isn't. If it's Chris Evans, I almost feel like it's meant to be too, because Gal is my favorite actress, Chris is my favorite actor. So if it's either one of those two, and I have Chris's autograph too, if it's either one of those two, I'll feel like it's meant to be. In all honesty, though, I kind of hope, everyone wants to have one of the big hitters. And SWAU has a good reputation of including those highly sought after top tier ones in a normal box that anyone could get. It could be, but if it is one of those, and I would be ecstatic if it's any of the top tier, but especially if it's Robert Downey Jr. or if it's Chris Pratt. I think either one of those I would really get into. Also, and I haven't talked so much about my autograph collecting on this channel, not nearly as much as I had planned to when I launched the channel. I usually like to have my autographs personalized to my name, which SWAU can do. Now, obviously, since these are mystery boxes, they're just going to be signed with the character's name. Although I did hear that some other top tier things that you can get sometimes signed with their name with the character name below, or sometimes you can get it signed with some type of an inscription or quote that they said from one of their projects that they're known for, or you can get group, cast, or multiple signature photos. That would be amazing to get. As a matter of fact, I'll even revise this and say if I got a multiple signature item, that would be even bigger than getting a top tier one for me. So finally, this has been sitting for, over a month and a half, and I'm going to open it now, and we're going to find out who I got. You'll find out with me after we come out of fast forward mode. Okay. Shipping box has been opened. Now it's time for the reveal. Fingers crossed. Like I said, this went on sale on my birthday, and that's why I felt like it was a sign. Plus, I had that gift card. But I think I'm going to be happy regardless of what it is. Or who it is, I should say. Sorry about that. I wasn't expecting this part of the box to be as difficult or take as long as it took to open it up, but I didn't want to do any damage to the photo, obviously. I'm going to take my first peek. I'm going to look instead of you. Usually we do it at the same time. Today I'm going to peek first. Okay. I'm actually happy about this. It would not be one of the ones that are considered the top tier, but it's someone that I hadn't heard was even a possibility to get. Okay, I'm going to show you now. That's Erica from Smallville, who played Lois Lane. And I love that she added the Lois Lane inscription below. Now, I have a good stack of Smallville autographs, but I didn't have her. I also have a good stack of actresses who've played Lois Lane, their autographs. And obviously, I said I didn't have her. I didn't have her for that collection either. So I'm actually really happy with this. It was a surprise. Quite honestly, I thought it was going to be Clark Gregg or Anson Mount, since I heard so many people had gotten that. I didn't know anyone had gotten Erica. I am very happy with this, and it was cheaper than if I would have gotten it at a convention. In all fairness, a couple years ago, I was at a convention that she was at, and I saw her with my own eyes, but budget was what budget was, and she didn't make the budget that time, although I wish she would have. But now it doesn't matter because I have my own Lois Lane signature from Smallville. I am psyched. I am happy about this. I would definitely buy from SWAU again. Check out their website too, SWAU, if you're into autographs or want to learn more. And they do have send-in options as well. That's pretty cool. Okay. And it has their little hologram seal of authenticity too. Not that I doubted it. Okay, I'm stoked. I'm happy about that. Good deal. Signed in silver. Very good deal. Speaking of autographs, Heroes Con was this past weekend. I didn't attend, but one of my comic books did, and you'll see that signed by a Wonder Woman creator that I have already mentioned in today's video. More details on that when I get it back, so be checking and looking for that in the future too. We're going to move on to the point right now where I have a key Marvel comic book. And it's interesting the path that this took. So back on Comic Book Editions Volume 113, I received an AOK from Tony, Old Wolf 65, and he really surprised me. He got me a Captain Marvel #2. Captain Marvel Volume 1, Issue #2, a Silver Age book. And I was like, wow, that's cool. Because I had been mentioning that I always wanted to get more Captain Marvel comic books in my collection. I was like, that's pretty cool. And I still think it's really cool. But it was interesting that because I received that, very soon after, I went to a comic book show and found some other Captain Marvel comic books from Volume 1. They were more later books, though, from the Bronze Age. And I picked up, maybe 5 of them or so, and I showed those in Comic Book Editions Volume 115 video. So Tony's AOK inspired me to pick up the books at the show. Having that much Captain Marvel in my collection, when I had the opportunity to get Captain Marvel's very first appearance, and sometimes, I've said this before, books just fall into your lap and you have to take advantage of that at the moment. It fell into budget, I could get it. I wasn't chasing it, but I could get it. So I did. And that was in Comic Book Editions Volume 135 that I shared the first appearance of Captain Marvel. So I mentioned those 3 previous videos because one trailed into the other, which trailed into the other, which trailed into the other, which is trailing into the book that I'm going to show you right now. You have probably figured out that it has something to do with Captain Marvel, but it's not just Captain Marvel. Marvel Super Heroes issue #13 from 1967. Second appearance of Captain Marvel, which is cool in its own right, but the reason that I really wanted it even more than that, first appearance of Carol Danvers. I am a huge Ms. Marvel Carol Danvers fan, especially the Black Lightning Bolt era of Ms. Marvel. That's my jam. And this is Carol Danvers' first appearance. Of course, she is not powered at this time. Second appearance of Captain Marvel. It's interesting that in this issue, they say that, Captain Marvel is going to be in issue number 14 of Marvel Superheroes. He wasn't. His next appearance ended up being in Captain Marvel number 1, his own title. So now I have the first, second, and fourth appearances of Captain Marvel. Just got to get that Captain Marvel number 1 to have the third appearance. I know Kachoong will be happy and approve of this addition into my comic book collection. What I really need to get now is Captain Marvel Volume 1, Issue 18. That's the issue where Carol Danvers gets zapped, and eventually, that zap causes her to get her powers, to get the Kree DNA merged inside of her. So that book will be a big priority for me in the future. I've always wanted this. This has always been a little bit more expensive, especially since the first Captain Marvel movie came out. This book skyrocketed out of my price range. And, since she wasn't in costume, her first costume appearance was actually Ms. Marvel, Volume 1, number 1, which I have. I had the full run of that. But I kind of thought this book was out of my range. I ended up finding it. What was interesting, they didn't have it, the place I bought it at didn't have it filed away as Marvel Superheroes number 13. Instead, they had it filed away as Captain Marvel Volume 1, number 13. And I think that's maybe why that sat there for a while. And then they ended up having a sale, and it was still there. And I'm like, I'm fully taking advantage of this. I have to have this. Now I do, and it's added into my collection. I am stoked. Yes, Marvel Superheroes Volume 13, first Carol Danvers in my collection. So I'm going to talk about the Flash movie before we wrap up. I also want to say, in case you don't want to stick around for it, because I'm probably going to talk a little bit of spoilers here, that I want you in the comments below to leave me a comment. Tell me what your favorite thing that I showed in today's Comic Book Editions video was. I would love to know that. And your comments are always welcomed, encouraged, and appreciated. Share this video with someone that you think might enjoy it. Share the channel as well so I can continue to grow my channel. As I said before, 1K is the goal. Cool. Okay, Flash movie. I know we talked a little bit about this on Fanboys Live in the Retro Review this past weekend. But I'm going to talk a little bit more about it. I saw it this past weekend. I don't remember ever being as excited to see a superhero movie or any movie probably since the last Wonder Woman movie. And that's just because I'm such a huge fan. Did the movie live up to my hype? Yes, it did. It wasn't exactly what I thought it would be, but it did live up to my hype. A couple of the low points, I had heard that Linda Carter cameo was confirmed from it, archival footage, also Marlon Brando, Burt Ward, and some of the Batman villains, Cesar Romero and Burgess Meredith, and that didn't happen. That was a little bit on the down. But seeing Christopher Reeve, even though I know the AI wasn't fantastic on it, but still seeing him again, that was so emotional for me. That made me want to tear up. Didn't know that there was going to be a Helen Slater cameo, and that AI didn't look the best either. But it still was cool for me. I kept thinking, oh, I want to, I wasn't excited about Supergirl being in this movie because she wasn't blonde. Now, what a stupid reason is that? Because I actually thought that she did a great portrayal in the movie. I'm not the biggest fan of Ezra Miller as a person, but their acting ability was on point in this movie. I thought it was really good. I thought it lived up to the hype. I can't wait to watch it again. I'm going to own this movie. That's just my general feelings and thoughts of the Flash movie. I'd love to know what you thought about it as well. You can leave that in a comment below. So with all of that having been shared, you can tell I was very chatty today. I've been chatty all day. I got all this purged from my system. Thank you for making it to the end of this Comic Book Editions video. I sincerely appreciate your friendship more than you'll ever know. Next week is that spectacular Spider Haul video that I promised you. And then we'll get into some videos for the month of July, which I've already covered. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Thank you for, letting my channel grow enough to even get to Comic Book Editions Volume 150. I don't take that for granted either. Have a fantastic rest of your week. Fanboys Live in the Retro Review this upcoming weekend. Back issue of the week YouTube short came out yesterday, which is actually about Flash and Flashpoint comic books. So if you want to learn a little bit more about that, you can check that video out as well. Appreciate you so much. Take care, and I'll see you next week.